Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Inner Healer. I'm Shakri, and today we're going to be talking about how to find the perfect relationship for you. Now, there is no such thing as a perfect relationship, just like there's no such thing as a perfect person. But there is someone out there that's exactly perfect for you, someone that was molded to fit into your lifestyle. You were molded to fit into their lifestyle. Your souls are yearning for each other. But you just have to find that person, right? So, how do you find that person? Where is that person? What qualities do they have? You have to look for the quality. You have to write down the qualities that you want in a person. Go back to the video on how to manifest your life partner, and you can get kind of an idea of what things you want to look for, or just make up your own list on what you're actually looking for in a partner. And then you might want to come back to this video so that you can see how to fit that person into your life. Where does that person fit into your life? At what time do you get to meet them? Not necessarily what time do you get to meet them, but at what point in time in your life are you actually ready for them? Once you know what you're looking for, or what you want, because it's not exactly what you're looking for, it's what you want. Once you find out what you want in a partner, then you can start to attract those things towards you. And how do you attract those things? Well, you have to become the person that they're yearning for, the person that you want to attract into your life. Then you have to have some kind of similarities with them. So if you want someone who's business minded, then you will have to be business minded yourself. If you want someone who wants to expand in family, someone who wants to actually start a family, then you have to be prepared to have a family, right? You might be like, be very vague and say, oh, I want someone that I can start a family with. Okay. Well, you might want 2 children. They might want 8. That's a big difference, right? That's a difference between 6 children, 6 different mouths to feed. So now you have to get very specific when you're saying exactly what you want. People meet for different reasons, for different seasons. People meet for a variety of different things. But the thing that keeps us together and keeps us like within our space of each other is having the same energy as someone, or having energy that flows exactly through one another. Not exactly, but having energy that flows fluidly through each other, that in a mesh well. So the energies mesh well. The souls attract each other towards each other. You can feel when this person is around. You can feel when this person is down. You can feel when this person is up. You can feel this person's emotions. That is being connected on a soul level. That is being in sync with one person. And we want real relationships. We don't want anything that's fabricated. We're not even looking for, like I said before, the perfect person or the perfect relationship. We're looking for the perfect person for us, the perfect relationship for us, because what's perfect for us may not be perfect for the next couple. So you're just looking for what's perfect for you and that person. So you want to make sure that you have an emotional connection with this person. How do you connect with this person on a soul level? How does this person make you feel? Not exactly how they make you feel, but how do you feel when you're around them? What is your energy like when you're around them? Do they make your heart jump? Do they give you butterflies? Like, do you still feel attracted to this person months after meeting them, years after meeting them? Like, do you still feel that same attraction? Has it fizzed out? Has it grown? Like, that would be your moon, your emotional connection. Like, how someone can nurture you. The moon is like the nurturer, the feminine energy, like your mother. Like, a lot of times they say a woman marries someone like her father and a man marries someone like his mother. No, that doesn't necessarily have to be true all the time, but I mean, look at how it's played out. Now, the moon is your mother. The moon is who nurtures you. So, if a man is looking for a forever, then he's looking for someone that can nurture him. He's looking for someone that can understand him. He's looking for someone that can comfort him. Like, he's looking for those types of things. It's just natural that the woman is going to come in and nurture him. She's going to feed him. She's going to just be there as that that feminine energy to match his masculine energy. Now, we all have feminine and masculine energies, and do they mesh well with this other person? And then, like, on the flip side, like I said, the woman most times marries someone like her father. Now, if your father was someone who's absent, then you're probably, if you're okay, if your father was absent, then he was emotionally unavailable, right? So we are longing for someone who's just going to protect us, provide for us as women, like someone who's going to care for us so that we can nurture them, so that we can become that dynamic duo, so that we can become that power couple, so that we can become what each other needs, because man needs woman. That's how babies come. That's how legacy is created. That's how these things are cultivated, when you have the man and the woman and they come together and they have that energy, which is a child. You're if you get with someone who's emotionally unavailable, then you have to peel back the layers, and then you'll have to go to your childhood and what was your father like? What was your mother like? What were your parents like? Because if your parents were not available for you, then 9 times out of 10, you are going to attract that, because you don't even know what emotionally available people feel like, look like. You could, they say that you are a product of your environment. That's true, because sometimes we can look at it from the flip side. Now, you can get with someone who's emotionally unavailable. Then on the flip side, let's look at it from another side of the coin. You can get with someone who is emotionally available, because you know what it's like to be, for lack of a better word, neglected, your feelings being neglected. So if someone is catering to your feelings, is nurturing your feelings, then it's something that's foreign to you. You might push it away in the beginning, but then you start to realize, like, hey, maybe this is something that is right, because I've seen wrong for so long. You just have to be aware. You have to be conscious of what is right for you and wrong for you, because what's right for another person may not be right for you. You have to make it fit for you. And then we'll look at the Venus. Like, what is Venus? Venus is the seductor. Venus is the one that, like the one, I like to look at it as like a sneaky link. And your perfect person can be your nurture. They can be your sneaky link. They can be everything packaged all into one. Now, the moon is like I said, your comfort, but Venus is the seductor. Venus is the one that you sneak with, the one that you're very attracted to, the one that makes your sexual organs jump, or flow, or like things like that. So we have to look at the moon and the Venus, because these are both feminine archetypes. So now these are the things that we want to look for when it comes to cultivating a relationship, because we need those feminine energies inside of a relationship, because that's where our heart is. Home is where the heart is. The moon is where the heart is. The moon is where you feel the most comfortable. Venus is like, say, okay, so in a scenario with moon and Venus, someone who can nurture your moon and your Venus, this is someone who can cook, she can clean, and then she can make that thing clap, right? So it's like you want to have the total package. Sometimes I also like to look at Venus as like, she's here for a good time, not a long time. Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So when you think of, like, when I think of the Taurus Venus, I think of the nurturer, I think of the mother, because when I look at Taurus, I look at Taurus as like the more mature Libra, the more, like, they're both beautiful. They're both like, can, have that seductress about them. But Taurus is the older, more mature, and then Libra is, the younger. And I say that because when you look at the Taurus aspects, Taurus is earth. So Taurus is looking for stability. They're grounding. They're not even really into change, because when you think of older people, they're more resistant to change. But then when you look at Libra, Libra is flighty. Libra is everywhere. Libra is mixy. Libra wants to be in everybody's face. Libra is Venus. Libra is really the Venus that I look at. Why? Because, like I said, Venus is everywhere. Libra is everywhere. Libra is cool with everybody. Libra wants to see both sides of the coin. Libra is just that compromise that you actually need. So when you're looking into a relationship and you're looking for Venus, then you need to have that compromise. You need to have that balance. You need to have that fun girl. You need to have that, okay, we can get it on in the laundry room while the children are getting some dinosaur nuggets or they're watching TV or something like that. You still want to have that Venus being activated within that relationship. Why? Because Venus fizzles in and out. Like, you know how if you've been with someone for a long time, like sometimes that sex appeal fizzles out at times and then it comes in and out. The moon is forever evolving. It's forever changing. It's forever, like, the emotions are in and out. They're up and down. It's passion. It's everything that you need within that relationship to keep it going. But Venus can keep it going also because you need that sex appeal. You need to be attracted sexually to your partner. And then we want to look at our seventh house. The seventh house is when you bagged it, when you cuffed it. No, you didn't lock it down. So now you have to act like it. It's the I choose you, I want you, I got you. Like, it's the marriage, the contract law. So when I look at seventh house, of course I look at like the marriage, like, okay, now you're together or you're in some kind of partnership. You're together. Like, you're coming together as one. And then when I see it, I like to look at contracts because seventh house deals all in contracts. So in order to move forward with anything, you have to know contract law because contract law is everywhere. You have to be in a contract in order to be married. You have to be in a contract in order to have a baby. You you're bound to a contract. So if you don't know contract law, then you're really not understanding the premises of the seventh house. You're really not understanding the premises of this relationship, the premises of like a marriage, a union. Because you can sign a paper and not even know what's happening in the paper, what they're talking about. So you have to know contract law. That's something that I stress a lot because without knowing what you're signing, then you're signing whatever. So we always have to look to the seventh house when we're trying to find a relationship also. So imagine having Gemini in the seventh house. So if you have Gemini in the seventh house, then you're looking for they don't have to, your partner doesn't necessarily have to be a Gemini, but they have to have like Gemini tendencies about them, right? So what is Gemini? Gemini is like the mind wanting to learn, wanting to stimulate. It's air. So it's you stimulate me by sapiosexual things. Like, we're not really, of course, like I have to be attracted to you like sexually, but it more so is, am I attracted to you in your intelligence? Do I know how you think? Can I get inside your head? And not get inside your head to play with your head, because Gemini is not really about games. It's more so about your intelligence, your brain, how it works, like those types of things. And then if you have Aries in the seventh house, so Aries is more quick. So you might get in that relationship and it just takes off really fast. This person is wanting to move really quick. Be careful with that, but it's not going to be foreign for you because that is how all your relationships are. But I say be careful because anything that happens like too quick, it's like you didn't get to know this person. You don't know really too much about them. Like, so now well, in any relationship, you have to get to know them as you're with them. But just with Aries in the seventh house, be really, really careful because everything happens so quick. As fast as you get together, as fast as you can get not together, like break up or anything like that. So that's just two examples, like not really too much to go into. Just know that whatever sign is in your seventh house, you're looking for those types of qualities because that's what you will mesh well with in a partnership. And then we look to the eighth house. What is the eighth house? The eighth house is we're bonded together. We're here. We gonna thug it out together. This is your legacy. This is the soul contract. This is where you have children. This is because when you think of bonding with someone, this is after marriage. You're coming together. You're in the house together. So shared resources. You have the house together. You have the children together. You have the cars together. You have bank accounts together. You have everything is shared now. So now this is deeper. It's deeper than anything else. It's deeper than anything that's superficial. When you are bonded with someone, you're like literally bonded with them forever. That you take a piece of them with you everywhere that you go. So this is why it's very, very necessary to look at everything when you're looking for the perfect person. Why? Because if things end, because the eighth house, remember, you're bonded. So if things end, then there's alimony, there's child support, and then you still have to have their energy with you. Why? Because you might have had a child by them. If you have a child by them, that child is both of you guys' energy, right? That's why you have to be super, super careful who you lay with, because their energy is with you forever. And then Saturn is something that we're not able to overlook, because Saturn is longevity. Saturn is also your legacy. So who you choose to be with can continue that legacy, or they can tarnish that legacy. Who you choose to be with will tell you if you're supposed to be in it for a long time or a short time. So when we looking at the synastry chart, you have their chart over top of your chart. And now we're looking at the Saturn aspects. Does your Saturn contact anything in their chart? So we're looking at Saturn for longevity. Saturn is going to tell us how long you will be in this relationship. People that have strong Saturn in their synastry chart, these are the people that are together for 10, 15, 20, forever. They're together for all these many years. Why? Because they have that Saturn. Saturn is bonding them together. Saturn is making them learn each other and go through the best, the worst, the ups, the downs, everything. Saturn is sitting you down to make you learn. And when I say learn, I mean learn in the sense of who this person is, who you are. How are y'all compatible with each other? You're just learning every day. It's a new learning experience. I don't know anyone who learns someone in a year. I don't know anyone who even learns someone in 5 years. You get what a person you get with a person today. Are they going to tell you the past 20 years what their life was like, or are they going to try to get you up to speed with the last year or so, or who they are today? Because who they were yesterday is not who they are today. So now you have a lot of undoing. Like, people want to go back and dig in the past, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. But how are you going to move forward in a relationship if you're trying to keep on going back towards their past? I don't think any two people know everything about each other. I just don't think that that's possible. That means that you're not doing anything but spending every waking hour telling them about your life all the way up until you met them. And then now you still have to get to know them on a day-to-day basis after you meet them. So now it's like, it in a relationship, it's an everlasting learning experience. You're in for a wild ride, and just enjoy the journey. A journey is something that is going to continue on. You're going to go through every season, every reason to stay when Saturn is involved. It's not going to be we were together for 6 months or a year and we broke up. We're not even going to say we were together for 5 years and broke up, because that's not Saturn. And then Juno. Juno is the asteroid of marriage and childbirth. Juno was the goddess of childbirth, the goddess of marriage. So when you look for their Juno, if they have Juno in Aries, now we're going to go back to the Aries scenario. If they have Juno and Aries, this person is going to come at you rapidly. This person is going to be the one to chase you. Now, your Juno is signifying your partner. So if you have Juno in Aries, then this is talking about your partner. Your partner is going to be pursuing you. Your partner is going to put you first. Your partner is going to be the one to have that, like that cat and mouse type of situation with you. Your partner is going to be the one that is going to make you the center of their world, because Aries is the I am, the first house, the everything that everyone can see. So that person is going to, and then Aries is ran by Mars. So that person is ruled by Mars, not ran by Mars. That person is going to be the person, like, it's always going to be sparks. It's always going to be fire. It's always going to be passion. It's always going to be something new. It's always going to be an adventure when you're with them. So that's how the Juno works. The Juno is the other person, your partner. So when you're looking for Juno, they don't necessarily have to be an Aries. They don't necessarily have to be a Sagittarius. They have to have those qualities. And then in a relationship, we have to look at Mercury. Mercury is your communication. Mercury is how you think. You want to know how to communicate with this person. You want to know their communication style. You want to know how they learn. You want to know how they think. You want to know these things so that you can add something to the conversation when you guys are speaking with each other. You want to know, like, is this person like a dummy? Because remember, we have to go back to legacy. You're having everything with this person. You're bonding with this person. You're in a soul contract with this person. So it personally, they can't be a dummy, because if I have children with them, then that might rub off, and it's not a it's not gonna work for me. So Mercury is there for you to better understand them. And then we can't forget about Mars when we're in a relationship, because we want to know what their overall energy is, what their sexual nature is. How will they pursue you? How will they initiate anything, sex, conversations, anything? How they initiate, what their drive is like. Are they business minded? I look at Mars for business also. And then imagine having a person who has seventh house Mars. Well, their Mars sits in your seventh house. This person is someone that you're going to marry really quick. You're going to bond with them really quick. It's going to either be you bond with them really quick, or you bonded with them from young and y'all just stuck like glue. Maybe y'all have those Saturn aspects in there also. But Mars is more so their overall energy too. How are they when you're around them? Do they come off really strong? And an Aries Mars, I know I keep on using Aries, but Aries Mars is going to come off really strong, because it's that double Mars, that double fire. It's just, they're going to come off really strong. And for someone else, it's not going to work for them. Even with a Scorpio Mars, they're going to come off really strong, even stronger than the Aries person. The Aries is more like fight. Scorpio is more like internal, more like transformation, someone that is going to transform you through sex, someone that is going to bond. Y'all going to be bonded, because Scorpio is the bonded through sex, bonded through the business idea, just bonded. So the moon is your feelings. Venus is overall how you love that person, how you feel about yourself, in order for that person to come into contact with you so that you can get the best person for you. So if you have a healthy Venus, if you're working with your Venus in a healthy way, then you're going to attract the person that is healthy for you. And then you have seventh house, which is the contract law, which is going to be your partner, your marriage partner, your business partner, however you want to look at your relationship. Then you're going to have your eighth house, which is your legacy and how you are going to build upon that. Then you have Juno, which is your forever person, your soul, the person that you are actually in a soul contract with, the person that was actually handpicked for you. Then you have Saturn, which is going to that's going to signify how long you're going to be with that person. Is it going to be for a short time or a long time, a fun time, or just, I'm going to be here to build with you, to have everything that outlives us, because we are going to be together forever. Then you have Mercury, which is your style of communication. And then you have Mars, which is your overall energy, your sex, like how you are sexually. So all of these things are going to be all into one, and they're going to be a total package for you. They're going to be gift wrapped for you. So even if you're not into astrology, we just explain how each planet is going to work in that relationship. So you don't have to look at like, oh, what is my moon? Maybe you don't know your moon, and that's fine. But how do you feel? Maybe you don't know your Venus, but how do you feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? How do you show love to your partner? Maybe you don't know about Saturn, but you know that this is going to be something that's going to last forever. Those are just examples. So just pay attention to that. And also, if you want to pay attention to your chart, get a chart reading so that you can know if this is the person that you're supposed to be with, if you're supposed to just let that man go. Okay? That's my time. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.